Hey everybody, so this is what healing looks like. It's been forever since my last actual video, and I really haven't been in a space or the kind of position to do videos. Um, so I was like, let me do like an audio and put up memes that I've been saving that relate to what I'm discussing or what I'm going through or whatever, just some inspirational stuff and, do something. So it has been a challenging year. It has been an interesting year. It has been a lot. But what I realized this, I think, past weekend, is that I am doing my best. And I have finally accepted it. And, I've had people tell me, like, you're doing your best, Vivian, and, give yourself grace. And it really didn't hit me until last week. And I had a coworker, she was like, Vivian, you're way too hard on yourself. And she was so sweet when she said it. And I was like, you're right. And she's like, you need to give yourself grace. And I was like, oh my God, I just pulled some cards the other day and grace came up and I saw it somewhere else and I'm like, okay, I get the point. But I went last weekend and I did nothing. And I slept. I needed to sleep. And I played with my daughter. I needed to play with her. And um, what it did was I literally silently was determined to accept the fact that I am doing my best and to stop trying to act like I needed to do more or be more or look more because right now I am not the person I usually am. My hair is not done. I don't have my clothes. I don't have my jackets, my coats, and um, it's very difficult for me because that is who I typically am. I like to be put together. And what I realized is that once you accept where you are, that's when you're able to move forward to something bigger. Instead of and accepting that you're doing your best wherever you are and whatever that looks like. Like Monday, my daughter was late to school, like late. And I did my best. I'm not driving right now, and I was on the bus, and the bus did not come, and I'm just frustrated. And um, my daughter's like, "Why am I late?" And I told her I'm doing my best, and I told myself I'm doing my best. And then her teacher was like, maybe you need to do this, and didn't even ask me what my situation was. And I told her, I said, you know what? In a week or two, it's going to be better. I said, I am doing my best. And it really wasn't for her, it was for me to remind me because that was a trigger for me for somebody to question, um, you know, how I'm handling my situation or how good of a, that to me, it questioned my motherhood. Like, am I being a good parent? And it was a trigger. And I was like, no, this is not going to happen. And then, you know, um, something else triggered me this week. And I had to remember who the fuck I was. And yes, I just cursed. But I had to remember who the fuck I was. So, wait a minute. I'm not going to allow life to control me. I have control of this. I just don't know what the solution is. And I literally took a step back. And I was like, you know what? In this moment, I need to take a step away from everybody else's opinions on what I need to do and how I should be doing things, or even if they're assisting me in this journey. And I have a lot of people, great people assisting me, but that does not mean that their opinions and suggestions need to be in the forefront of what I'm doing because they're giving that assistance. And that might hurt people's feelings, and that's okay. Because right now, I needed it, all that clutter out of my head, and I just needed me because I knew the answer, or I could have the answer I needed if I just allowed me to be still for a minute, if I just allowed me to believe that I can handle this. And I did. And I went from literally like about to have an anxiety attack from the last situation that happened this weekend. I'm like, wait a minute, okay, I got this. Like literally about to cry everywhere, and planning things like, okay, going into survival mode, like, okay, I gotta do this and I gotta make this. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not doing none of this. I have a plan and I'm sticking to it. And I have faith that this is going to work, and it is going to work. And I can tell you today, this was yesterday, all this happened. Today it worked. And in my head, I heard, um, just see it through, and I'm narrowing the distractions, whether it be people, whether it be things. I realize I have to be more focused. Um, and I'm saying, this is all okay. This is what healing looks like. But this is what healing looks like: accepting where you are and knowing that you are doing your best, and not thinking that you have to be further along than where you are, because that's like a my 5-year old telling me, "Oh, I can't wait to be 16." I said, "Girl, do you know what's going to happen at 16? What's going to happen at 16? Enjoy where you're at in this moment, because we know when they are 5, they have no responsibility, hardly any responsibility. And when you turn 16, you might have a job, you have high school, you got peer pressure, you have so much more that you're not ready for. So accept where you are in this moment. Know that you are doing your best, especially if you are spiritual or religious or whatever you believe in is guiding you, and that you're just not ready for what's next to come. But we feel like we have to put on a show and we have to be more than what we are. Embrace this moment. Allow it to just be, and be okay with it. So that's what I have learned within the last week, and I wanted to share with you guys. And I hope it inspires somebody, because it really hit me this weekend and this week. Like, I am okay. And don't allow anybody else and whatever they're thinking and their thoughts to sway you into thinking you should not be where you're supposed to be at. Because this healing shit is hard. This going against the grain shit is hard. This happy shit, when you're not used to it, is hard. This accepting help from others, this accepting or learning how to accept from others and receive gifts and assistance and love and hope and everything. I'm sorry, I am not editing that out. It's hard. I don't know if you guys heard my text messages go out, but I'm not editing it out. We're going to be raw here. We're going to be real. It is all hard. And the last thing you need is somebody else confusing you where you're already not comfortable with. Because in that uncomfortability is where things are going to change for you. And when you allow outside sources to confuse you and give you that, trust yourself. And if you're afraid, allow that fear to just know you're on the right path, because you're uncomfortable, because you're in fear because you're uncomfortable with what you're feeling. And there's something there that needs to be changed. There's something there that needs to be addressed. And I'm saying all this because I haven't just experienced it. I am there. So uncomfortable. And I think I'm going to do these a little bit more. And I hope you guys listen and give me feedback. I would love to hear it. You can still give me suggestions too. I would love to hear it. That doesn't mean I'm going to take it. But I would love to hear it. Put it out there so that others can read, and maybe they need what you have to say. So this is what healing looks like, and you guys have a great night.